Hey guys, this is Tasman from Tasman's Crochet Creations, and in this tutorial I'll be showing you how to crochet this mock popcorn flower. So to make this little flower you can use any yarn that you want or any scrap yarn that you have lying around, and for the purpose of this tutorial and for this yarn that I'm using, this is like a really light full weight yarn. So to go with this yarn, I'm just going to use a 3.25 millimeter hook. I don't know if you can see that there clearly. There we go, a 3.25 millimeter crochet hook. And with that, you'll be needing some scissors and a tapestry needle to sew in those ends. Okay, so to begin, we can just take some of our yarn here. And to begin, we are going to make a chain 4. So to do that, we're going to make a slip knot. So we're going to wrap the yarn over our fingers like that, and then we're going to like form an X like that. So we're going to form like an X, go under the first loop and pick up the second loop, and then just grab those tail ends and just pull. Okay, so we're going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we are going to, sorry, my camera isn't focusing. Okay. And then we are going to join the slip stitch to the beginning chain. So just going to put our hook in there, yarn over, and pull through those 2 loops to do a slip stitch. And then we're just going to do a chain 1. And then in that magic loop, sorry, in the middle of those chains, so we're not going to go into here, this big hole there, that's our chain we just slip stitched into. We're going to go slightly below that and insert a hook, and that should be the middle of the chains, as you can see there. Okay, so we're going to do 8 single crochets into the 4 chain loop. So that's 1. Okay, and also a single crochet stitch is just an insert, pull through, yarn over, and then pull through 2. That's all that is in crochet is. So it's insert, yarn over, pull through, and then yarn over, pull through 2. Okay, so repeat that 5 more times. I've got 3 on my hook, so I need to do 5 more. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and then we are now going to slip stitch to the beginning single crochet stitch. And if you have worked over your tail end, I normally just hang that over like that and then do a slip stitch. And then if you have worked over your tail, you can just slightly pull that in a bit more. Okay, so I'm going to chain 1, and then we are going to do an increase in every stitch, which is basically 2 single crochets in every stitch. So we're going to the first stitch, insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, and then we go through that same stitch. You insert, yarn over, pull through, and then pull through the 2 loops on your hook. Okay, so we just do that all the way around, and then we should have 16 single crochets when we get back to the beginning. So yeah, you can just go off and do 2 single crochets in each stitch, and I'll come back and I'll show you how to finish off that row. Alright, so now we are back at the beginning, and yeah, I kind of already went into the stitch there. Okay, so now we are back at the beginning. We are now going to slip stitch into the beginning stitch. So you're going to insert, yarn over, pull through, and then pull through the loop on your hook to do a slip stitch. And then for the third round, we are going to turn and then we're going to do one treble in the next stitch. So now our treble, so after we've turned, let me just cut this tail end, it's going to be in my way. Where are you? There you go. Okay, there we go. So to begin, we are going to turn our work so the wrong side is facing us, or it's facing you. Yeah, and then we are going to do a treble. So a treble is yarning over twice, going into the next stitch, but we're going to work in the back loops only. So a back loop only. So let me just pull up my loop a bit. So as you can see here, there are these like little V's. So this is the front loop here. So the loop closest to us is the front loop. The loop towards the back is the back loop. So we're going to work into the back loop, so which is this loop here, the furthest loop away from us. Okay, so again, to do a treble, you're going to yarn over twice, and then go into the back loop of the next stitch. Come on. Okay, like that. And then you're going to yarn over, pull through, then yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through another 2 loops, and then yarn over, pull through the last 2. And then you're going to slip stitch into the next stitch. Sorry, I need my camera to focus. There we go. So you're going to slip stitch into the next stitch here, into the back loop again. And then you're going to repeat the process. You're going to do a treble in the next stitch. And then you will do a slip stitch in the next stitch. Okay. Just fix that there quickly. And then you're going to do, again, a slip stitch into the next stitch. So you're going to yarn over, pull through, and then pull through the loop on your hook. And then you just repeat those steps, or those 2 stitches, until you get back around to the beginning. And you should have 8 like little popcorn stitches, so it should look like this on the right side of the work. So yeah, you can just repeat that process until we get back to the beginning again. Okay, now after you've slip stitched into the last stitch, we are going to find the first treble, crochet stitch, and then we're going to slip stitch into there. And then we are going to turn our work back round to the right side of the work. So now we have the bumps facing us, or the popcorn stitches. And then we are going to chain 2. And then we are going to do 3 trebles in the next stitch, which will be, what would you call it? Which will be the slip stitch, if I'm not mistaken. So yes, you'll go into the next stitch. Sorry, we will actually be going into the stitches that we didn't work from the previous round. Yeah, so that's correct. So we will go into the back loops of this one, and then we will do 3 treble crochets. So again, it's, sorry, I'll show you now. So again, you yarn over twice, insert, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2, and then pull through 2 again. Then we repeat that again one more time. And then after your 3 trebles, you're going to chain 2. Then you're going to slip stitch into the next back loop. and then you are going to chain 2 again, so it's 1, 2, and then we're going to do 3 trebles again into the next back loop. So there's 1, this is 2, that is 3, then you're going to chain 2 once again, and you're going to go back into the back loops of the next stitch and do a slip stitch, and then again you're going to chain 2 and then do 3 triple crochets in the next stitch. So you will just repeat these steps until you get back around to the beginning again, and you should have 8 petals in total once you get to the end. So yeah, you can just now go off and you can complete this round, and I'll meet back up with you when we are finished. Okay, so now I am nearly at the end. I am just doing now my last petal and slip stitch to end off this round. So again, it's just 3 trebles and 1 stitch, and then in the next stitch you just slip stitch, and you repeat that around till you get back to the beginning, and then chain 2 and then slip stitch into the last, slip stitch into the last loop, yarn over, pull through, and then pull through the loop on your hook. Okay, now to end it off, I think I'm just going to, because I don't like this like gap, this big gap between the petals, so I'm going to try and maybe go through the chain stitch here and slip stitch to see if that's going to maybe change the way it looks. I think that's fine. Okay, so to end off, we are now just going to cut our yarn and then just yarn over and pull that through. Okay, and now to secure it, we are just going to now hide our tail end. So we're going to take our darning needle, and we are now going to thread our needle, and now we're just going to push it in the opposite direction. So we're just going to go underneath the stitches, just going to go underneath like that, and then we're just going to go through the next set of stitches and go through the next set. And now I'm just going to go back in the direction that I came, just so that it's like secures the tail end in place, I guess. So I'm just going to go back. I'm going to not go through the same like loop or stitch I came from. I'm going to go like underneath a few loops after where I came from, if that makes any sense. And then I'm just going to, my yarn came out of my needle. So I'm just going to push this back through, and then I'm going to thread that through. And then there we go. There's our little flower. Let me just trim that tail end off. There we go. And then there is our little flower to go with our little green one. It actually looks kind of turquoise on camera. A nice shiny turquoisey kind of color. But I kid you not, this is actually like a dark green. It's like a dark forest green. But yeah, I hope you like this little crochet tutorial for these flowers, and you can put these on purses. You can put these on like little purses or bags, or you can, if you want, you could even like leave it as like a little flower, and you can attach like a safety pin at the back, and you can wear it as like a little brooch even. Completely up to you what you would like to do with it. But yeah, I hope you liked this little tutorial, and if you could please leave me a comment if you liked the video and the tutorial, and if you could maybe comment, it would really help me. So yeah, thank you so much guys for watching, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your crocheting.